Hi friends, welcome to the next episode of App Guide. In this episode, we will be solving some important problems on simple interest and compound interest. As always, I am suggesting you to watch the videos on each topic in sequence for better understanding. So let us go straight away to the questions. 69th question is, find the rate of interest if compound interest of rupees 15,625 for 3 years is rupees 1,951. So in this question, we need to find out the rate of interest where the principal and the compound interest is given. So in compound interest, we know that amount is equal to P into 1 plus R by 100 whole raised to N. So from that we can write amount by principal is equal to 1 plus R by 100 whole raised to N. Now let us substitute all the given values. Here principal is given as 15,625 and the compound interest is given as 1,951. Hence what will be the amount? Amount will be equal to principal plus interest. So on adding these two values we will get 17,576. So amount will be equal to 17,576 and the principal is given as 15,625, that is equal to 1 plus R by 100 whole raised to N. N value is given as 3. Now here the RHS is given in terms of cube. So we need to convert this LHS part also in terms of cube in order to get the value for R. So this 15,625 is the cube of 25. And this is the cube of 26. Now in order to find that values, we need to find out the cube root of these two numbers. There is an easy method to find out the cube root of numbers that I will explain soon after solving this problem. So this is the cube of 25 and this is the cube of 26. So we can write this as 26 by 25 whole cube is equal to 1 plus R by 100 whole cube. Now since the powers are same, we can equate the bases. So from this 1 plus R by 100 is equal to 26 by 25. So on solving this you will get the R value as 4%. So this is the answer. Now let us see how to find out the cube root of the numbers by shortcut method. For that you need to remember this table. These are the numbers from 1 to 9 and these are the unit place digit of the cubes of these numbers. 1 cube is 1, so the unit place digit of its cube is 1. 2 cube is 8, so the unit place digit of its cube is 8. 3 cube is 27, so the unit place digit of its cube is 7. 4 cube is 64, so the unit place digit of its cube is 4. So in this method we have written the unit place digit of the cubes of all these numbers. This is very easy to remember. For 1 it is 1, 4 it is 4, 5 it is 5, 6 it is 6 and for 9 it is 9. Which means for numbers 1, 4, 5, 6 and 9, the number itself is the unit place digit of its cubes. Okay. See, for 2 it is 8 and for 8 it is 2. For 3 it is 7 and for 7 it is 3. So if you remember this table, you will be able to find out the cube root of the numbers just by one step. Okay. Now let us find out the cube root of these numbers. So first let us find out the cube root of 4,913. For that the first step is to put a comma after the last 3 digits. Okay. So now the unit place digit of this number is 3. So for 3, what is the unit place digit of its cube root? That is 7. So that you write here. So the unit place digit of the cube root of this number is 7. Now we need to find out the remaining digits. Okay. So for that first you cancel the last 3 digits. So this number will be the largest number whose cube is less than this number. Okay. So this number will be the largest number whose cube is less than 4. See, 1 cube is 1. 1 is less than 4. 2 cube is 8. But 8 is greater than 4. So we cannot use 2. So this number will be this 1 because 1 is the largest number whose cube is less than this 4. Okay, hence cube root of 4913 is 17. Now let us find out the cube root of this number. So this is the number which we have done in the previous question. Okay, so for this also first you put a comma just after the last 3 digits. Okay, so here the unit place digit is 6. So for 6, the unit place digit of its cube root is 6. So that you write here. So for this number, the unit place digit is 6. Now we need to find out the tens place digit. Okay. So for that first you cancel the last 3 digits. Now this number will be the largest number whose cube is less than 17. See, 1 cube is 1. Its cube is less than 17. 2 cube is 8. So its cube is less than 17. 3 cube is 27, but 27 is greater than 17. So we cannot use this 3. So here we need to use this 2 because 2 is the largest number whose cube is less than 17. Hence the cube root of 17,576 is 26. Okay. Now let us find out the cube root of this number. For this also first you put a comma after the last 3 digits. Okay. Now the unit place digit of this number is 7. Okay. So what is the unit place digit of the cube root of this 7? That is 3. So that you write here. Now the unit place digit of this number is 3. Now we need to find out the remaining digits. Okay. So for that first you cancel this last 3 digit. Now this number will be the largest number whose cube is less than 148. Okay. 4 cube is 64. It is less than 148. 5 cube is 125. That is less than 148. Now 6 cube is 216, but it is greater than 148. Okay. So which is the largest number whose cube is less than 148? That is 5. 5 is greater than 4. So 5 is the largest number whose cube is less than 148. So that we need to use here. Okay. So the cube root of this number is 53. Now let us find out the cube root of this number. For that also you put a comma after the last 3 digits. Okay. Here the unit place digit is 8. Okay. So for 8, the unit place digit of its cube root is 2. So that you write here. Okay. So the unit place digit of this cube root of this number is 2. Now we need to find out the remaining digits. Okay. So for that first you cancel this last 3 digits. Now this number will be the largest number whose cube is less than 778. Okay. So 9 cube is 729. Okay. This is less than 778. Now 10 cube is 1000, but it is greater than 778. So we cannot use 10. So we need to use this 9 here. Okay. So 9 is the largest number whose cube is less than 778. So the cube root of this number is 92. Okay. So in this method we can find out the cube root of any numbers just by one step. Okay. So this will be helpful for you to solve some problems in simple interest and compound interest. Okay. Now let us go to the next problem of simple interest and compound interest. 70th question is, if a sum of money amounts to rupees 2662 in 3 years and 2420 in 2 years, when interest is compounded annually, then what is the rate of interest? So in this question they have given two situations. In the first situation, amount is this one and the time period is 3 years. In the second situation, amount is 2420 and the time period is 2 years. We need to find out the rate of interest when the interest is compounded annually. So in compound interest we know that amount is equal to P into 1 plus R by 100 whole raised to N. So for a particular value of principal, amount will be directly proportional to this interest part. So amount is directly proportional to 1 plus R by 100 whole raised to N. So we can write this as amount for 3 years by amount for 2 years will be equal to 1 plus r by 100 whole raised to 3 by 1 plus r by 100 whole raised to 2. Now, on substituting the values, we will get 2662 by 2420 is equal to, this powers gets cancelled, so this will be equal to 1 plus r by 100. So on simplification we will get 1 plus r by 100 is equal to 11 by 10. So from this, rate of interest will be equal to 10%. So this is the answer. The next question is, Ravi invested an amount of rupees 16,000 for 2 years on compound interest and received an amount of rupees 17,640 on maturity. What is the rate of interest? So in this question they have given the principal, time period and the amount. We need to find out the rate of interest. So this we can find it out directly by substituting in the formula. So we know that in compound interest, amount is equal to P into 1 plus R by 100 whole raised to n. That we can write it as A by P is equal to 1 plus R by 100 whole raised to n. Now substitute all the given values. Amount is given as 17,640 and the principal is 16,000 is equal to 1 plus r by 100, r we need to find out, whole raised to n, where n is the number of years, that is 2 years. Now simplifying this we will get 1 plus r by 100 whole square is equal to 441 by 400. Now since the LHS is having a square, this also we need to write in terms of square. So we can write this as 1 plus r by 100 whole square is equal to, this is 21 square and this is 20 square. So this we can write it as 21 by 20 whole square. Now since the powers are same, we can equate the bases. So this can be written as 1 plus r by 100 is equal to 21 by 20. On solving this, we will get the rate of interest as 5%. So this is the answer. The next question is, the value of a machine depreciates every year by 20%. What would be the value of the machine brought for rupees 6,250 at the end of 3 years? So in this question they are telling that a particular machine is brought at a value. So its value is decreasing every year by 20% up to 3 years. Then what will be its value after this 3 year? So in the question the initial cost is given as 6,250, but in order to solve the question we are using the initial cost as 100 for easy calculation. Okay, so let us consider the initial cost of the machine as 100. Then what will be its value after the first year? After the first year it is getting decreased by 20%. So its value will be 80% of the initial cost. So 80% of 100 is 80. Then what will be its value after the second year? Here also it will be 80% of this 80, since it is decreasing by 20%. So 80% of this value will be equal to 80 into 80 by 100, that is 64. Now in the third year also the value is decreasing by 20%. So this value will be 80% of this value. So this is 64 into 80 by 100. On solving this you will get this as 51.2. Hence the value of the machine will be 51.2 after 3 years if it is decreasing every year by 20% when the initial cost is 100. But in the question initial cost is given as 6250. So in the question this 100 is written as 6,250. Then how can we write this 51.2? On finding this value we will get the answer. So if 100 can be written as 6,250, then how can we represent 51.2? This we will get by cross multiplying. So on cross multiplying the new cost will be equal to 51.2 into 6250 divided by this 100. So the answer will be equal to rupees 3200. So 3200 is the value of the machine after 3 years if the value of the machine is decreasing every year by 20%. Here finishes this part of simple interest and compound interest. I will be back with other important problems in the next part. If you felt this video helpful, like it, share it and subscribe it. Also press the bell button so that you get the notification when I am uploading my new videos. Thank you for watching the videos. Bye.